Hi folks, Mr. Kwan here. Let's talk about class activity 2 on area. Below is a model representing a quick garden sketch. It is not to scale, but it shows the space that Amelia wants to dedicate to each type of plant. Find the perimeter of the model and find the area of the model. And when it says find the perimeter and the area of the model, it's talking about the entire garden or the entire rectangle. So let's start with the perimeter. I want to break this up into components. So the flower bed is broken into a 10-foot by 20-foot patch or rectangle. And so we know that since this is the shorter one, this is going to be 10. We know that this, I should put the little apostrophe. That apostrophe means that we're talking about feet. And then this length here, that's 6 feet. We know the herb garden, that length is going to be 10 feet. And then the tomato garden, that is going to be 15 feet. Now, let's talk about the right side of the rectangle. This here is going to be 4 feet. We know the pathway here. It's already given to us that that is 6 feet. Now, how are we going to figure out this length of the root crops? Well, we know here to here, if we add 6 feet and 4 feet, we know that that's 10 feet. And if we come over here to the flower bed, we know that that length is 20 feet. What that tells us is that this 10 feet plus whatever, maybe I'll put a question mark here, plus whatever that is, has to equal 20 feet. So I'm going to put 10 feet here. That's what makes that value true. And then from here to here, well, that is going to be the same length as the length of the herb plus the length of the tomatoes, which we know is 10 feet and 15 feet. So this length here will be 25 feet. And then lastly, this, again, the flower bed, we know that that's going to be 10 feet. So if we are talking about the perimeter then, we're basically going to be adding up all of those lengths, and there are a lot of them. So let's start on the bottom. So we're going to do 10 plus 6 plus 10 plus 15 plus 4 plus 6 plus 10 plus 25. Now I'm wrapping around on the top. Plus 6 plus 10. And then the left-hand side is 20. There's probably an easier way to do this though. Because this is a rectangle, we know that the perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So you could either add up all of those numbers or we can find the length and the width. So let's do 2 times, we know the length is 20 here. So 20, we're given that whole section of the flower bed. So we could do 2 times 20 plus 2 times the width. And there's a couple ways we could get the width. We could look at the top, so we could add 10 plus 6 plus 25, and then that will give us the width of the garden. So 10 plus 6 is 16, and 16 plus 25 is 41. All right, so here I just want to illustrate that on my calculator, I've calculated the perimeter in 2 different ways. So the first way is by adding up all of the lengths together, and then the second way was doing 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And notice that it's nice that I got the same answer for both of them, so that kind of verifies that I did this correctly. So we know that the final perimeter is 122 feet. So that's our answer for the perimeter. Let's talk about the area. So the area of a rectangle is equal to the length times the width. And we know that the length is 20 feet. And we know that the width is 41 feet. So if we multiply 20 times 41, that will give us 820. Since we're multiplying feet times feet, you could either write feet squared or 820 square feet. So either of those are fine. Those are what we are looking for as far as the area of our garden.